My name is Shelby, and this is my speech called Tattoo Watchdogs. So, as stated before, this is a speech about tattoos. I've actually been a tattoo artist for 3 years. Out of those three, I was an apprentice for one, tattooing on skin for about 2.5 years. The first half year was spent tattooing on fake skin. So this makes me a pretty credible source in this area because I obviously want you to have good tattoos and I know quite a bit about it. So the number one thing that you need to look for in the beginning of a tattoo is cleanliness. The artist area has to be freshly set up each and every time, like a liquid barrier. That's going to keep any blood or bacteria from getting onto this tattoo surface right here. Disposable cartridges, needles, popsicle sticks, Vaseline. These are going to be disposable because they're going to be clean every time dipping into that container. Disposable razors, disposable ink caps that are also sterile. Your machines need to be cleaned and fresh with no medical tape on them. All bottles need to be wrapped through any and every individual tattoo. They need to be fresh every single time. And all of these items right here, your machines need to be cleaned with Cavicide, which is a strong disinfectant. Number two, comfort. Do not be afraid to let your tattoo artist know that you're not comfortable about something. That could be the way that you're laying, sitting, however they have you. Even if the artist themselves is making you uncomfortable, please say something because you can get a tattoo anytime from anyone. You don't have to get a tattoo from this specific person if they're making you uncomfortable, especially like in any kind of like commentary, being rude, making you uncomfortable, making any kind of like advances, touching you, anything like that. You're allowed to leave the shop. Like no one is gonna legally come after you. Also with your placement, you need to make any changes during this period right here, like before you really started, because it's going to ensure that they don't start and then you're like stuck with a tattoo where you don't want it. 3, pain. So yes, tattoos hurt and they're gonna hurt pretty bad, but not like if it's like an intense pain, like you're going to pass out, you're going to, pee your pants or vomit, get sick. If you feel faint, you need to tell the artist because if you stand up or you pass out in that chair, that is extremely dangerous, not just for you, but for us as well, because we're holding a needle in our hands and that can be really, really dangerous if you all of a sudden pass out cold. Not to mention that you can fall on the ground and harm yourself very badly. Aftercare, so follow any basic instructions that your tattoo artist recommends. Like shower 1 time a day, Aquaphor, A&D, moisturizer needs to go on the tattoo every single day for at least 2 weeks, 3 times a day. No swimming, no stagnant water at all whatsoever. If you're going in the bath, keep your tattoo out of it. And then also try not to expose yourself to the sun for at least 2 weeks. And if you do, you need like 60 plus SPF. And finally, no scratching or itching. This is going to dig out any kind of like particles, like ink flakes that are a little bit too shallow that heal a lot more faintly. You're scratching these out and you're taking away a tattoo. Okay, and lastly, it's infection. So if your tattoo looks like this right here, it is infected. This redness and swelling and the scabbing and the pus and the skin, dissolving, that is very obviously infection. Go to the hospital, get antibiotics immediately. And so any discomfort, redness, or swelling or heat that lasts for more than 5 days, your tattoo is probably infected. Okay, finally, research more than anything. Humans are like walking Yelp pages, especially tattoo artists. Like you can rate a tattoo artist on Facebook, Snapchat, Instagram, and that will forever be out there for everyone to see. And you'll be able to see like healed and fresh tattoos that people have done, if they've done any that have been infected or anything like that. Because if you don't do that, you can risk the choice of having tattoos that look like this. Yep. No one wants that at all. This is bad. Very infected. So, if anyone has any kind of questions or anything like that, please, this is the time to ask them. I will happily do so and share my knowledge.